welcome back to Let's Code, and in this lecture we are going to see the position property and especially the smooth scroll property. As you can see here, I have prepared a demo for you. What we are going to build in this lecture is the snap bar and what is the smooth property. As I click on the home, I am here, but when I click the services, I am on the services tab. Then I am going to the about, and then there is something contact us. So we are going to build this, and how this part is sticky, or you can say fixed, on our screen. I will show you that as well. And this is all about the positioning of the elements such as relative, absolute, sticky and fixed, and also this smooth navigation or smooth scroll behavior, you can say it. So let's start our coding for this lecture. Here I'm going to create a new file, but first let's open our folder we were working on. It's intro to web development. I'm going to click it. So here is our folder. Here I'm going to select the learning CSS, going to create a new file, name it as smooth scroll and position.html. Let's press this icon and press enter. This is our new file. I'm going to name it as smooth scroll and positioning. Yeah, let's start here. Here I'm going to declare a nav as always, and inside the nav I'm going to define the h1. Even except h1, I'm going to define a, and a would be something like this. Targeting the same page. Then here I'm going to define an h1, and h1 would be logo. Here inside, after this logo thing, here I'm going to define a list, an order list, li of 4 elements, and inside each element there is a link. Targeting first one is home. As you can see, it's home. Then there is services, but first let's complete this one first, then copy it, paste it here, type services, copy, paste, and here I'm going to target the about ID, and here I'm going to also define the about us. Here I'm going to call the contact us, contact and contact us space. Yeah, this is a file which is ready almost. Let's go here and find our file, that is smooth scroll. I'm going to double click it, and this is smooth scroll and positioning, as you can see. And this is the structure we have just created. I will show you it one by one, that how you can apply this awesome designing and convert it as a nav bar, which is also responsive. You can see when I'm decreasing the screen, nav bar is responsive. So let's begin our coding for the styling of the nav bar. Here I'm going to define the style, and style would be something nav, not padding. First of all, background color teal, and color would be white. Let's come here, refresh it. As you can see, we are having the default spacing as always, and I already told you that this is due to the universal padding. So let's make universal padding, or you can say it's the default padding that a body part actually have a default padding, and therefore I'm going to make every default padding 0, every default margin 0, and border box sizing is border box. Box sizing border box. Let's come here, refresh. Now things are fine, but we need some spacing from here. As you can see, this is having a space from here and from here. But first let's make it let's make it flex, like this logo will be here and all the other elements should be in this part. So for that, here, come here and let's declare it as display not block, display flex. Refresh. As you can see, the position is bit changed. Now they are next to each other. I'm going to define another property, that is justify content. That would be space between, or space not evenly, space between. Let's come here, refresh. Now they are here, but still this logo is not in center. And here you can see the logo is in center and all these text elements are also in center. But let's make them also in the order to next to each other. So for that, let's define our UL and make it display flex. Yeah, so they are next to each other, but they are having these dots due to the due to the list elements, as they are in the list, another list. So remove them. To remove them, I am going to call list style none and refresh, and you can see the list style is removed. Now I'm going to call the A. I'm going to make the text color, first the color to white, not white. Let's come here, refresh. We are still having this underline, so let's remove the underline as well. So to remove the underline, I'm going to define text decoration none, not no one, none. Yeah, refresh. Now you have seen the underline is removed from every part, but still we are left with few things such as spacing from this side, spacing from this side, as you can see it here, and also spacing in between. So for that, let's come to the navbar, and inside the navbar I'm going to define the padding. So the padding top to bottom would be 3 rem, and left to right would be 2 rem, and let's make it 3. Come here, refresh. Now we are having a good padding, and still if there is any issue such as elements are not in centered, we can use align item center. So this item would be centered from top to bottom. I can show you how. If I remove this and I define define height of not 70, let's make it 170. So here now it's centered. I can show you why. I was using align items. Here you can see now it's on top, but we need it in center, so make it in center. Remove the height thing, just come here, make it like this, and then come to the link element, list elements, and here let's have a margin top to bottom 0 and left to right 1 rem. 1 rem actually equals to 16 pixels, so remember that. And now it is exactly looking the same as we are having here, so that's good. Now actual thing begins, that is this part, like sections. So let's build the sections for each screen part, and here just below the navigation I'm going to define the section with a class home. Then there would be another section, section hash services, and then let's come here, make it section class, not class id, about, and here I'm going to type the name home services, services, and here about us. Here would be another section, so let's define the section id would be contact, and here I'm going to define contact us. Yeah, let's come to our smooth scroll page, and here you can see everything is here. So now I'm going to show you something that is called positioning. So let's come here in the nav, and here I'm going to define its position as absolute. Let's come here, refresh. You have seen something interesting happen, that our text is not there. And where is our text? I can show you. Let's use the inspect tool so I can show you it clearly what's going on. Here in the elements, if I go in the body, sections are here, but they are hidden under this logo part, or you can say under this navigation, because this is absolute and these sections are under the relative position. Relative is default. If I go here and I define it as relative, let's come here, refresh. Now you can see everything is visible. But when I define absolute, absolute mean stick this part or paste this part on the top, and on the top of a element that is already having the relative position. So in our scenario, body is having the relative position because body is the one that comes before it, and it's the starting point for a HTML page. So let's begin our code, as I will show you why I use them. But first come here, define section, and section width height, height 100, vh visible height, and I'm going to define a background for them. Style, this is inline CSS, I know, but I'm using this for the ease. So make it sky blue. Style and background sea green, not sea green, something lighter. This spring green. And then style, background, which color I want to choose. I am going to choose the color that is burly wood. And the last one would be style, background color, and I will choose the color that is chocolate, not chocolate, coral. Let's refresh this, and now you can see our parts are well organized. Each section is looking good. And now the same thing is going to happen with the home. If I come here, especially to this part, and I will define it as fixed. So what is going to happen? I have defined it as fixed, and now I'm going to refresh it. You can see fixed has done the same thing. So to increase the width, I'm going to define width 100%, and come here, refresh. Now you can see our width is fixed, and here I'm going to define something very interesting, that is top 0. Refresh. Now it's actually taking the top position from 0. I can show you if I increase the top to 50 px. Come here, refresh. Now you have seen the difference, that it is starting from the 50 of the distance from top. Same goes with the left and right. You can define it as left 50 px. Come here, refresh, and here you can see it has taken a distance of the 50 px, but we don't need these both, so therefore I'm going to close it like this and come here and refresh. So now it's working fine, but I want to show you another positioning method in this, as this is the fixed one. We have seen the absolute, and now I will show you the one that is called sticky. So for sticky, let's come in the services, and inside the services I am going to define something very interesting, that is a p and lorem. Refresh. So this is here. I am going to assign it a color. Now let's come here and use inline CSS, copy, space, paste, and color of blue, come here, refresh. Even this color is bit more darker, so refresh. Now the color is looking fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to define it's not margin, I'm going to define here, especially here, a position thing that is called position relative. Refresh. Yeah, now you can see it's hiding our logo because it's defined after the navigation, and it is actually creating a layer after the logo. So therefore be careful when you are defining the relative position. So to remove this default behavior, I'm going to remove this relative positioning. Just come here and refresh. Now the things are working fine. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to define a margin. Even not margin, I'm going to define a top of 20, even 40 pixels. Come here, refresh. Now it's not showing you that, but it will show you that if I go here, especially in this part, and I define the position as sticky. Come here, refresh, and yeah, it will show you the difference. I have just refreshed it. Now you can see this part is sticked on the top 40 distance until we get to about us. Once I am on about us, it's scrolling up. This is because I asked this text to be sticky until or inside the services box, so it's under the services box and it is sticky. To hide its behavior, such as the navigation should always be in front and this text does not show over the navigation. To do that, let's come here, here, and nav, inside the nav, define the z index as 2, and let's come here and define the z index, not there, especially there. I'm going to define its position relative and z index to 1. Now refresh this. I hope this will, yeah, now you are seeing that it's working fine. Z index is actually creating the layer, so this layer is above the layer 1. This is having the layer 2 as we have defined it here, that navigation should have the z index 2 and here it should have a z index 1. So that's for today's lecture. I will show the source code. I will share the source code inside the video description, and also I will share this course outline in the video description and whole course playlist inside the video description, so you can find the whole course and all the lectures we have covered until now, from HTML to CSS. And here we are going to cover the basic transitions, so be there with me in the next lecture where we will cover the basic transitions, transition properties, keyframes and animations. That is most exciting part of the CSS, so be there. And that's it for today's lecture. See you in the next lecture.